Hello and welcome back to Sword of Strategy, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. The pros and cons, the stuff that's my opinion, the stuff that's fact, and then the stuff that I noticed that maybe some other people agree or disagree with. I guess that's an opinion, but yeah, you get what I mean. Recently I've been having trouble with Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, and I'm considering changing over to Dueling Book. So give me opinions on that in the comments if you'd like to see that or not. Some people hate Dueling Book for some reason, some people hate Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro for whatever reason. But personally, I've been having trouble with it, and I'm going to go through those in this video. And then for anyone who's considering getting Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, I don't know. This is probably a good video for you, seeing as Dueling Book is so easily accessible anyway. Well, this is kind of too, but anyway, I'll get to that anyway. So yeah, pros first, right? So first pro, it's automatic, right? This is also in the cons section, just so you know, because a lot of people, first of all, don't like it. The fact that it's automatic. So if someone's seeing that this is in the pro section, don't worry, I'll go over it in the con section as well. The fact that it's automatic can be good in the respect that it helps you learn new decks. If brand new archetype comes out and you activate the archetypes Denev or Stratos, whatever, and it shows you all the possible targets, it helps you learn the deck, in my opinion, pretty quick. Like it'll kind of show you what the legal targets are, but with the window that pops up and shows you can scroll through all the possible targets. I like that. Sorry. And then, you know, it could be for anything. It could be, you know, a search and you're like, or you're out wondering why. You're like, oh, why isn't this interaction working? And it'll make you go back over, read the cards again, and then you'll see, oh, I see now, this card only works with, you know, a dark or something like that. I know that sounds really simple, but you know what I mean. Anyway, it'll show you the legal targets, the legal plays. If you think you can make a play and then it's not allowing you to do it on the automatic simulator or whatever you want to call it, then the chances are it's just, you know, it's just that you can't do it and you need to reread your cards pretty much. So it's helpful for that. The second point is it stops your opponent and yourself from cheating. So I know that no one, I know that no one will cheat like on purpose. Well, your opponent might, though, but I know that most people won't cheat. For example, right, if I'm on Dueling Book, or whatever you call it now, and I think a card works in a certain way, or I think that I can do a certain thing with a certain card, and that's not actually allowed, activating the card, and on Dueling Book, if my opponent doesn't stop me, I'm still playing that card wrong, which can be good. On Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, that doesn't happen, obviously. It's automatic. It'll work the way it's supposed to work, right? And then the stopping your opponent from cheating is probably more important because, well, obviously learning your deck well and properly is obviously really important. But on Dueling Book, newer players can get kind of sharked on stuff, and if there's a rule that they don't know or if a rule they're not sure on and the opponent says it works a certain way, the newer player will probably never argue really, and if they do and they're wrong, then they just look stupid and they might not do it the next time. Basically, I feel like on Dueling Book, a lot of the time what happens is newer players go on, they're kind of intimidated having to play, you know what I mean, a non-automatic simulator or whatever, and then a lot of players on Dueling Book will just be like, oh, you're stupid, this is how it works and shit. And they won't, you know, obviously they might not want to play on that anymore. So, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro might be for you, at least until you learn the game a bit better and stuff like that. So they're the possible pros. I think that that's a pretty good point so far. Well, there's still another point, but that point I think is really important for newer players or for a new deck. I think it's pretty handy. Once you're, you know, pretty experienced player though, I think the pros of it being automatic are kind of, they don't really matter as much. I think that once you're high enough level, you don't really have to care about that stuff. So next point, you can save replays. So I know that anyone watching this who goes on Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling Book often will say that you can save replays on Dueling Book as well. The problem with Dueling Book I have, for my minimal use of it, is that it saves all your replays, as far as I know. So you have to kind of fish through them and rewatch to kind of find out what it is. You can see what player you played against, but obviously you can't see what deck they were playing or whatever until you actually go into it, which is a little annoying. On Dueling Book, or Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, you only save the duels you want, which is really nice. I prefer that, obviously. I think that most people would agree with me. And then they replay automatically and are fast. So what I mean by that is when you click into a Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro replay and you click play, it goes through the whole duel. You can pause it and to talk, but sometimes you miss a play and you pause it late and have to talk about it after, which is fine. But on Dueling Book, the replays are very different. You have to click next play. So the two on the replay, they both draw their hands. You click next play. They might play Reinforcement of the Army or something like that. You click next play. Then they search their Stratos. Then you click next play. Then they play the Stratos. Then you click... I think they search in the same play. Maybe not. I can't remember. Then they search, and then you know what I mean? It's like you just click in constantly, and it's just a bit more like, it's a bit clunkier, but it's better in other ways because obviously you can stop at any point and explain your thoughts, explain what happened or whatever. Whereas on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, you might miss the step and have to kind of talk about it when it's not on screen anymore. So I guess there's pros to Dueling Books 1 as well, but you can see what I'm saying anyway. I think it's important I brought that up. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the cons now. So this video should be shorter. I don't know why it's doing that gap thing anyway, but yeah. It's automatic, so this is also in the cons. The reason I don't like that it's automatic, like a lot of newer players want an automatic dueling simulator, always. They're always looking for, you know, is Dueling Book automatic? Oh no, that's kind of shit. It's like, being automatic isn't necessarily a good thing. Like, the way you play the game in real life isn't automatic, so... I think Dueling Book being closer to actual real duels is better. If you're practicing for an event, then Dueling Book is the one you want to be using, and I think that I might switch, depending on you guys. If you guys want to have any input or feedback, that would be important, obviously. But newer players are always looking at Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro and think that it's amazing just because it's automatic. But some of the points here I think might change your mind a little bit, or something that you can kind of, you know, think about. So first thing that I actually didn't write here is that it's closer to real life if it's not automatic, okay? So that actually makes a big difference. The next thing is, it can be hard to stay concentrated. So this is something that I noticed. I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but when something pops up and goes, do you want to activate this card, yes or no? I kind of think about the activation in a vacuum. I don't really consider, you know, do I want to save it for later? So obviously I do, but sometimes when I'm maybe not, you know what I mean? Like if I was playing an actual duel, I'd probably be more concentrated, but because I'm basically just clicking on things that are popping up on the screen, or basically just clicking buttons, unless I feel like you're less involved, sort of, or something like that. And or what'll happen is it'll ask you, do you want to activate an effect? Every time something happens, you keep clicking no, but then when it comes up to the point where you actually do want to activate the effect, you click no by accident, out of habit. Shit like that. It basically, I find that really annoying. I feel like if you're playing, say, Dueling Book, and you mess up, you can be mad at yourself or whatever, but when you mess up on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, a lot of the times it's because you mess up, you misclick, or you kind of half concentrated, you just didn't activate something, or you did activate something when you shouldn't have, kind of thing. I don't know, I find that a bit annoying, personally. And then the next thing I want to say about it being automatic, a con about it being automatic, is if you choose to play a card, you're locked in, there's no going back. So once you click on a card and you click normal summon, even though the card's not on the table yet, you can't be like, actually, you know what, I'm going to normal summon this. Something that probably won't come up that much, but you get what I'm saying. There's a load of situations where that will come up. So, I don't know, I can't really think of any amazing ones right now, but you get what I'm saying. Because it's automatic, once you click, yes, I'm going to activate this effect, you can't just be like, actually, wait, no, I'm not. But I guess in real life, if you say, I will activate this effect in response, then you can't go back anyway in a big tournament or whatever, or, you know, if you're not just playing against your friends. But you can see what I'm saying. Once you kind of, basically, think of it this way. In a real duel, you pick up a card out of your hand, you're like, okay, I'm going to normal summon this. In your head, you're thinking this, right? And then you go, actually, wait, I'm going to change my mind, I'm going to play this instead. Okay, or I'm going to activate this spell first, because this spell, let's say you have MST and you have, I don't know, Celtic Guardian, right? Just for example. So they have a back row, they have a trap or something, okay? You go, okay, I'm going to play Celtic Guardian. Actually, wait, I should MST that first. You can't really, on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, you can't do that. You can't kind of go back. You can't kind of rein yourself in before you make the mistake. It's just like, it's a small, it is annoying, to be honest. It catches you at the odd time, and I feel like the fact that it's automatic, like the first half of this point, kind of in combination with the second half of it, the second half of this point, I think it's just annoying. It just happens sometimes. Like, anyway, the next 2 points are very small ones. I'm going to fly through them. I won't really go into any detail on it. Point 2, you have to download it. Dueling Book is just more easily accessible. You just have to Google it and you're in. Pretty much, make an account. Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, you have to like search the website, get the Discord, download Discord if you didn't already have it, join the Discord group, and then download it from the Discord group, and then, you know, install it, which is a little annoying. It's not the end of the world, it's not that big a deal, but I just thought I'd put it here anyway. Point 3 is another kind of small one. There's the odd bug. It doesn't happen that much, but it can be a little annoying when a new card you want to test isn't working properly, or something like that, or there's an interaction that isn't quite right. It doesn't happen much, so don't worry too much about this, but I thought I'd put it down anyway. Now, point 4 is the most important point. It's the point that's making me want to leave Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro and play Dueling Book more. And it's so annoying, okay? I've talked about this briefly in other videos. There is no ranked ladder, okay? So you play against newer players fairly often, which is like, I know it makes me sound like a pretentious prick or whatever, but like, it's a little annoying when, you know, it's not annoying, but it's just like, you don't want to quit on the person either, because I hate when people quit. Like, so let's say I play against someone and they're, for example, I have a replay to show you where a guy we used Burden of the Mighty and stuff like that, and you're kind of just like I'm gonna just play through this because I hate when people quit. And I don't know, I feel like if there's a ranked ladder, obviously, like, I like to play against people who are better than me, so you can try and beat them and see if, you know, grow or whatever, get better. But when it's like that big a gap or whatever, it's better off that they play against people their own level and kind of grow. Basically, if there was a ranked ladder, it's not just that I'd play against people my level. They'd also play against the people their level. Remember that. Basically, I don't mind teaching a new person how to play, but on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, that's not what it's for. You don't spend time teaching people how to play. Usually what happens when you come against a new player playing, you know, not the best cards, you just smash them and move on. It's just like, I don't know, this kind of shit, like, that's one thing anyway. It just feels like a bit of a waste of time, to be brutal, right? The next point then is everyone quits so much, right? It's so annoying. Whether it's, you know, you hand trap something, they just quit. They see their first hand, they quit. They've picked the wrong deck, they quit. You break their board, they quit. You kaiju something, they quit. They, like, it's so fucking annoying. It's like, it's just, you don't get a proper dueling. Like, okay, out of 10 duels, you might get 2 decent duels. So I'm there, let's say, trying to record replays for a video, or even just to practice without, let's say I didn't even have a YouTube channel, for, like someone else who doesn't have a YouTube channel. You're sitting there for about half an hour before you, or, you know what I mean, 15 minutes, I would say, before you get a full actual game in. It's the fucking most annoying thing ever. Also, yeah, with the recordings thing, you're playing half a match, they quit, or they misplay. Again, a thing about it being automatic, they make a misplay and they quit then. So even if you're playing fine and you're concentrating and you're not getting kind of swallowed up by the fact that it's automatic and you're not just clicking buttons like a monkey or whatever, they might do that and then they just quit, and then it just ruins the whole thing, and you might as well just bin that recording or whatever. It's stupid. Like, it, I don't know, basically if there was a ranked ladder, you can't just fucking quit whenever you want. That's just facts. Like, if someone messes up, they'll try and play through the game, which, because people misplay in real life, they don't just quit the game. So yeah, it's really annoying. I hate that. I feel like if it had a ranked ladder, it'd make a huge difference, and Dueling Book has a ranked ladder, so I'm probably going to change to it for that alone, so I can actually get some decent games in, some decent practice in. And yeah, so with that, I'm going to actually change to Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. So I have a few. Okay, if I thought of this sooner, showing you replays of people just quitting constantly, I would have a huge list of replays like to show you, but I don't. So I didn't think of it soon enough. I probably played for about half an hour, and maybe less than half an hour is probably a long time. I probably played 2 good games and then got, you know, this many retarded, crappy replays. So I don't even remember this one, to be honest, the rocket one. I think I hand trap a Draco Net or something like that. Okay. Oh, no, this isn't it. This is the new player. I don't know why. Did that say rocket one? Right, so I Ash's demise. Fine. Right, so first I was like, okay, I read this card. I was like, okay, this is probably a new player or whatever. But I read it. When a monster at 1400 or less is normal summoned or special summoned, destroy that monster. And he must be faced upon the field to activate and resolve this. I was like, maybe this is like a weird card in Count Fairies or some shit. I was like, fuck it, I'll play through it and see what the story is. But then, you know, you'll see later that that's just not the case. Yeah, he called the Haunted this thing back, so I was like, damn, my Alistair is still pretty much dead then. The effect still goes off, which is fine, obviously. Make Purgatrio, get a couple of attacks off. I can, you know, boost his attack. He's paid half his life points for the counter trap, so that's game. pretty much. Yeah, so here I see the duality. And I see Burden the Mighty. If it wasn't obvious already I was playing against like a, you know, not great deck, then it is now. And this is what I kind of mean. It just feels kind of shit. Like, I feel like if this guy was playing against other people who are playing these kind of cards, he'd obviously enjoy himself a bit more. And, like, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I don't like just smashing a player and then just, I don't know. I like to teach people how to play and stuff, and you can't do it on this because of the timer. That's probably another negative, actually. The timer on this, you can, it says you can change it, but you really can't. If you change it, it doesn't actually change. The timer is obviously a good thing to stop people from wasting time, but you can't turn it off if you want to practice with a friend, for example. I remember I was trying to teach my cousin how to play again. Or, you know, teach him how to use a new deck that he wanted to play. After he was out of the game for like 4 years. And I just couldn't because the timer just kept running out. It was fucking so annoying. Yeah. Then what else was there? Yeah, I guess that's kind of that. So he basically just misplays and quits, which is annoying. I hand trap his transcode talker, and then he saves it with this, with like Balinks, which is grand, and then he links it away for no reason and then just quits. So that's annoying. Pendulum. If there was a rank ladder, I wouldn't be playing against someone who loses to misplays like that randomly. So yeah. Okay, so this, I know Nibiru is probably going to be a really annoying card, but I wanted to test it, obviously. Spoilers to my next deck profile for Road to Regionals, but I'm trying Nibiru in going second Mech Knight Invoked, right? So, I use Nibiru and he quits. So, yeah, an annoying card, to be fair, but, like, come on, boys. Alright, so, I'm playing against some random... I don't even know what this deck was, to be honest, because all I saw was him drawing his hand and quitting. But this gives you an example of what... He wasn't playing anything amazing anyway. I only have seen this now, just so you know. But this is just a good example of people just... They draw their hand, they quit. It's so annoying. Another Pendulum player quitting. I don't remember this one off the top of my head either. I don't even have an amazing hand for breaking his board. Terraforming, which they'll never negate. Magical Meltdown. I have 2 Magical Meltdowns. I have a Call by the Grave. And a Mind Control. So let's see. He's allowed to go off for... Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I remember this now. Yeah, so basically he misplays or else he just decides to quit. I don't know. Like... It's just stupid. Like, I didn't even have a great hand, but they quit anyway. Do you know what I mean? And then the last one... I'm against Rockets. I'm pretty sure like I'd probably just hand trap a Draconet or something like that, and then they just quit. Or a Overraptor or something. I don't know. Nope, I don't even have to hand trap them. They just quit. But this is... Imagine if I had a hand trap. That would have been a faster quit, okay? So yeah, this is just an example of what I really hate about this. I'm probably going to try Dueling Book for a while and see what the story is there. If it gets any better, obviously people will still quit, but it'll be ranked at least, so they'll be punished. And yeah, if you guys agree with the things that I've pointed out, the pros and the cons, some of the one, like, you know, the one about the timer that I didn't put in the actual slideshow, keep that in mind too. I guess if you agree or disagree, let me know. Any pros or cons I forgot, that's, you know, that's grand as well. Point them out to me. Do you think I should move on to Dueling Book, or at least try it? I think I should. And yeah, drop a like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.